I've been making videos on YouTube for about a year now, and I thought it might be interesting to actually show you all the equipment I'm using and the setup that I use to actually film my videos. Most of my videos are filmed right here in a spare room in my house, but some of them I actually film over at the church in case I need to work with the gear there. But I'll be focused purely on this room and the gear that I use here. So without further ado, let's switch over to a phone camera. Hi.
Okay, so first off, I actually film in front of my desktop computer here for no reason other than it's a way to save space in my office. So right up here, I've got my tripod with my camera, which is the Canon R8, and I usually film with a Canon 24-70 on it, sitting at around 50 mil. On top of that, you'll actually see a small teleprompter setup that I have from Neewer. It's not amazing, but it gets the job done. I usually set my phone up in this little clip that's right here, and then I'm actually able to control it with this little remote here. I'm able to speed things up, reset.
If you didn't know, all of my stuff is actually scripted beforehand, and then I just read off a teleprompter. If you did know, that I guess means I'm just bad at reading off a teleprompter, so sorry about that.
Moving through the list of things that are up here, I have my iPad set up with the Canon Camera Connect app. That way I can use it as a kind of monitor as well as starting and stopping recording from it. Up here as my main key light, I have the Amaran 100D. This thing puts out a decent amount of light. Right up here. This thing puts out a decent amount of light. And then I have a big Neewer softbox on it. I don't remember the exact dimensions, but I will make sure that all of this stuff is linked down in my description of the video. Following up on that, my mic right here is the Rode NT5. I usually just sit kind of right below it here. It's on a cheap microphone arm that I bought on Amazon as well. And so that runs via XLR over to my Zoom H4n Pro recorder, where I record all of my audio. Then I just merge that with all of my video into DaVinci Resolve after the fact. So that's kind of the stuff that sits in front of me. Now, if we turn it around, you will see I have these two lights here, also from Neewer. They're just little light bars that allow me to throw some pops of color on the back of the set. One warm light kind of pointing down at the desk here, and then one a little color pop on the wall. Something else you'll notice as I'm looking is that this room is not clean around me. I just hide it all right outside the view of the camera. I keep a couple of lamps in the background. These are mostly always on in this room that acts as my office, just to add a little bit of color. These plants I actually bring in from the living room. I need to get some permanent ones, and they just act to kind of fill in the space and make it look like I actually live here. Black out these curtains just so that no extra light gets in, and I'm working primarily just off of my studio lights. And then finally, this nice little yellow stool that I sit on when I make all my videos.
So that's the setup that I've been using for the past little while now. It definitely is not stuff that I've all had from the beginning. I've kind of added it piecemeal and adjusted this room as I've kind of seen fit. Just go back and watch some of my earlier videos. You'll tell they don't look nearly anything like this. This is definitely not all necessary to film YouTube videos. Again, I have only had it for so long, but it definitely helps make things a little bit easier. And with this setup, I can get up and running with a video pretty quickly, just kind of moving some things around, kind of cleaning up, shoving things to the side, depending on what I've been doing in the office. It's not the best setup out there, it's not the worst, but it gets the job done, and I think it looks pretty good on video, but maybe you guys feel differently. If so, leave a comment. Like I said before, all of the gear will be linked in the description below, as well as all the gear that I talk about in all of my videos, just like normal. If you have any questions about any of it or anything else on the YouTube channel, drop them in the comments, and that's all. Until next time.